want to talk about what's going on in the United States of America. It's disgusting. Everyone is angry, a lot of anger, and everyone should be. It's justified. We might need to be more angry right now. But I'm doing this live on Substack. I'm going to start doing a lot more of these. I've already talked about that, but something's going on with TikTok today. None of my videos were posted. They all had community guidelines violations. So I went and checked, and Aaron Parnas, no new videos from him today either. All of his are on Instagram, YouTube, Substack. So same with me. So yeah, and maybe this is a break we all needed for a day, even though there's very important news. But one thing is clear: they don't want us talking about what happened in Minnesota. They don't want the truth out there. The Trump administration is trying to create their own false narrative. I mean, Greg Bovino on CNN today was completely disgusting what he was saying. He's saying that they have evidence that will come out in time of Alex Preddy pulling a gun. That never happened. The video evidence is so clear. We have now 3 different angles of the whole thing. And it's clear an ICE agent pulls his gun from his holster from behind his back. And after that, they started shooting. Now, I've seen conflicting reports. It looks like, based on what CFH Unfiltered posted, possibly Preddy's gun that they pulled, the agent that pulled it, might have accidentally discharged that firearm after pulling it. Now, I can't say for sure. That needs to be investigated. But it looks like perhaps that happened, which freaked the rest of them out and had them start firing. But I can't say for sure because they already had their guns pulled on them by the time that happened. So I don't know if that's it or not. But what's clear is they shot him in the back multiple times. Then he fell over and shot him lying on his back on the ground. It's one of the most horrific murders ever seen. The only thing I can really liken it to is this reminds me of that scene in RoboCop, the original one. If you guys remember that, where Murphy gets captured by the bad guys and they've disarmed him and he's at their mercy. That horrific scene where they then go and shoot his arm off and then all unload on him like a firing squad. That's what happened yesterday. That's what happened. And these people are just villains. They're the worst of the worst. And Greg Bovino said that they are still on duty today. So people could encounter these murderers on the streets of Minneapolis today. Now, I know that's frightening, but, we have to stand up to this. We cannot allow this to be the new normal in America. How's everyone feel about this today? How's everyone feeling about everything? Some of you on here, I haven't seen too many comments coming yet. Feel free to share this. If you aren't subscribed to me yet on Substack, please do that. Yeah, we have to get the truth out there. It's definitely being suppressed. Now, one thing that's happened, this letter, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I posted it yesterday. The letter that Pam Bondi wrote to Tim Walz lays out their plan now. It lays out what this might all be about. And they want the voter rolls of Minnesota. And what's mind-blowing is, could this all just be about Trump staying in power, about the election, about the midterms and elections going forward? And then we have the whistleblower complaints from Doge, the Doge employees that have been referred for a criminal investigation that uploaded Social Security data to an unsecured server hosted by Cloudflare. And they have no idea who accessed it, if the stuff's still there, whose data was uploaded. Could have been everyone's, could have been some people's, we don't know. And it's alleged that it was being sent to an unnamed organization, a group looking to ensure elections are accurate or could be overturned. That's actually the terminology they used in this criminal filing, in the legal filing. So it's all pointing. They want the voter rolls. They need the voter rolls, and we all know why. But yeah, Pam Bondi in her letter said that they could end the chaos in Minnesota if they hand over the voter rolls and some other data of individuals, sensitive data of thousands, maybe millions of individuals in the state. In the UK, Facebook is more censored, so following here now. Yeah, thank you. We will keep up the good work here. I feel like Substack now is the only platform where we can truly have our free speech. I mean, you can pretty much say anything you want on X, but I refuse to join that platform and post on there. I'm on there just to monitor things under a totally different name. I do not post on there. It's just to stay in the loop on all the nuttiness that's happening from that side of the political spectrum. So, yeah, and the same thing with True Social. The only reason I'm on there is to see what the orange turd has to say on there on a daily basis, because sadly, a lot of what he plans to do is on there. Yeah, it's truly remarkable. So, yeah, so this whole thing, they're going after the swing states and the blue states over the voter rolls. So it's just a stunning admission that that they said that. Yeah, I mean, Tim Walz, he's got to stay strong. He cannot give up that data. Yeah, Musk may use it to censor people. That they're using it. They're entering it into these massive AI databases they have now with Peter Thiel's companies and others to track Americans. It's like massive surveillance, and that's why DHS just needs to be completely defunded and abolished. And we have to build a new agency from the ground up. That much is clear now. And we are heading into a government shutdown this coming week. So we saw what happened last time, so we got to be prepared for that. And I know that one broke the record for the longest shutdown. I think this one's going to be even longer. I really do. So, because this is about life and death now, literally about murder. And are we going to allow American citizens to continue being murdered on our streets by these ICE thugs, or are we going to put a stop to it? Last time it was about healthcare. People can figure that out, work around that. Be difficult. People will die as a result of the ACA subsidies not being extended. But it's not direct murder as this is right now. And that's why I believe this shutdown will go longer, because the Democrats have the support. Over 75% of Americans do not support these ICE actions. He's losing support amongst Republicans on this. Yeah, I mean, you just see the video yesterday with our eyes, and we know the truth, and they're trying to say it's something than what our eyes are seeing. Yeah, anyone in Threads with 100 followers being suppressed. Yeah, I think Meta is definitely suppressing my Instagram for the last couple of days. Certain videos were not getting posted. I could still hear the audio, but couldn't see it. They went to Facebook. They're fine on Facebook. But on Instagram, I have, I think, 3 videos. I tried deleting them, re-uploading them, same result. One I completely reshot. I removed some terminology that I thought might trigger it, and that one went through. So there's certain keywords. I gotta go through and see what those were. There's keywords that are being triggered for suppression. But you can find me here on Substack. This this app isn't they're not doing that. They're not owned by, these Trumpsters. So I feel like we really only have one safe place to go. I was muted. I was doing a live on YouTube, but my first one I've ever done on YouTube, because I've typically only ever done lives on TikTok, and my YouTube live, I was muted on there for some reason. So I had to end it. So I came over here because I know it's safe over here, but I thought I'd give YouTube a try, and they didn't like that I was calling out their lies by the Trump administration there either. So it's unbelievable what's happening right now. And the mainstream media is not calling out these Trump officials when they're blatantly lying. They are not holding them accountable, not nearly enough. And it has to happen by us. And they're suppressing us. So this is why it's more important than ever for independent media to exist, to be here on this platform and speak truth to power. But how's everyone feeling? Everyone feel like they have whiplash after yesterday? Maybe some people in disbelief. I know there's just a feeling of like great pain amongst Americans right now. Confusion, like about this happening in our country. Sorrow, helplessness. The question is, what can we do to stop this? What can we do? Because they're murdering people, observing ICE actions, just watching them, videotaping them, doing what they're legally allowed to do. And ICE is turned into the judge, jury, and executioner within seconds. So I know it's scary, but we have to resist. We have to stand up. We have to make our voices heard. Before this happened, we had one of the largest peaceful protests ever in Minneapolis over this across the country. There's no violence. It's totally peaceful. People exercising their rights to protest, and then this happens. British Columbia, you're protesting Hootsuite? Oh, they're giving info to ICE. Interesting. Friday, 3 to 5. Wow. That's amazing. Thank you, guys. Wow. I'm going to look into that more. It is draining. It feels like it's... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's been immense restraint to not have people really going after ICE. Because everyone knows deep down, because Trump is a complete psychopath maniac. And everyone knows the moment violence is turned on ICE agents, he will immediately invoke the Insurrection Act. He's looking for that. That's why they're painting this false narrative about what happened yesterday. Because they're floating it, trying to see if they can get everyone to buy it. And if they think enough people have bought it, he'll invoke the Insurrection Act. And what he's going to do, and he's going to do this anyways, because we know this with the false narrative they're painting. They're calling Alex not a victim. They're saying he's not a victim. Well, he was murdered. He's a victim. But they're painting their narrative, and he's going to invoke this Insurrection Act at some point. And his goal, and they've made it clear, is they're going to go in and steal, with the military, the state's voter rolls. They're trying, Pam Bondi tried last night with her letter to Tim Walz to have him voluntarily hand it over. It's like their last-ditch attempt. Hand it over, and we'll stop the chaos. Don't, the chaos will continue, and basically, you'll be faced with a military incursion under the Insurrection Act, and we will pry it from your hands. That's the message that was given last night. That's the message they don't want us all talking about on all the other social media platforms. Now, I'm not trying to panic anyone. I'm not trying to, create any other chaos, but this is what they're telling us they're gonna do. And this is the reality we face, and everyone should be prepared and aware of it. Totally monitoring social media, Sandra. All the other I've basically been muted on every other platform this morning, same with some of the other creators, at least what my lives were, and, no videos are posting on TikTok today, at least none talking about any of this. I haven't tried one not talking about it, but I've seen other creators just talking about videos not posting and those go up. So if you don't mention certain things, they'll go through. Will National Guard arriving give the excuse for Insurrection Act, do you think? I mean, we're in uncharted territory. This has never happened. We've never had National Guard deployed for an emergency created by our federal government. And where they have to protect American citizens from federal agents. And then you have the president threatening the Insurrection Act. And I got to dive into the technicalities of this, but the National Guard are part of our military. So if he invokes the Insurrection Act, that essentially federalizes the National Guard and they fold into the military under the Insurrection Act. So they would essentially be useless. I know people are talking about we'll have National Guard facing off with our military. That will not happen. But we don't know exactly. This has never happened before. This is unprecedented, completely unprecedented. We have no idea. And sadly, I think we're going to find out. Yeah, Hootsuite. I've never heard of that, but yeah, they're monitoring social media, reporting to ICE. I mean, I believe it, and they're probably not the only app. I have not seen any MAGA bots on Substack. None. So I feel safe on here from that. I have not noticed any. It's pretty clear when you see them too. I mean, they've been so rampant lately on TikTok. I mean, like really, really bad. And on there, I'll go and invite them to join, and nothing. There's because it's not even a human being, so it's a bot. That's usually the easy way to find out. But yeah, so we'll see. This week is going to be pretty huge, pretty explosive. We're facing the government shutdown. We're facing whatever Trump decides to do next, and there's so much going on too that I haven't been able to talk about. They're trying to change the rules of the FCC regarding having candidates officially running for office on television, on late night shows, on news stations. They want them to have equal time. This is something that existed. It still exists, but it's for radio, but it existed before we had broadcast TV. And when broadcast TV came out, if you gave one candidate 15 minutes on air, you had to offer the same to the other candidates. And now they want that was sorry. Let me back up. There was a change to the FCC rules that exempted broadcast TV from having to give equal time. They are trying now under this Trump administration and Brendan Carr, chair of the FCC. They're trying to re-implement and reverse that exemption so that equal time has to be provided to all candidates. So you can imagine how difficult this will make things for late night and news stations when perhaps, we have a presidential race and we've got, a Trump candidate or a Vance candidate facing off against a Gavin Newsom, facing off perhaps two other third-party candidates. You'd have to give them all equal time, even though these third-party candidates, are only polling at like 1% or less. So, it's going to make things interesting if they do that. I don't think it's the end of the world, but it's just another way they're just trying to it's another way they're trying to suppress things. So, hold on. Sorry, I got a kid found me looking for me. But yeah, I'll look up Hootsuite. Hold on. Um, yeah. So they're doing that change, and then Trump has moved an armada of ships towards Iran. So we don't know if he's going to try and take action on there soon, but this is mirroring exactly what happened before Venezuela. Although he had ships in the ocean outside of Venezuela for weeks, perhaps even months at this is what it was. And so we might do the same thing with Iran. So it looks like that's definitely the next target for him for an international incursion of some sort. So, and when it comes to Iran, I didn't mean to talk about this too much today, but they cannot do their plan in Gaza without change in Iran. It won't happen. So they have to have Iran change. So, yeah. Close that door. Sorry. All right, guys, I gotta get going. I got a kid bugging me. But thanks for coming, joining in. Thanks for following me. Um, yeah, I hadn't heard about Greenland. I'm gonna check into that. But keep following me here on Substack. Share it. Spread the word. And I'll see you guys all back here for the 411.